What is up, guys? You got Not the Worst here, bringing another Black Desert online video. And today we're looking at another developer and GM, it's GM note, but it's from the developers, a Q&A that occurred in Thailand. Kind of followed up with some Q&A we had earlier in this month in South Korea. And there are a few more questions, and they do go in depth a little bit about some other questions. The thing is, it's obviously not in English, so Google Translate was a little bit wonky, but this time I have prepared for you a specially customized, not the worst translation of the Q&A session for you. So I added a little flair, but I didn't change what their answers were, just made it a little more exciting and much easier to read. If you want to catch the original one, there'll be a link to it, the description down below there if you want to see that, and then I'll probably link this page if you want to read this one by yourself down below as well. But let's go ahead and go through it because there's a decent amount of questions here. So first up, I want more costumes, especially male ones. Where are they at? And the answer, we have 19 classes now, so understand it takes a hot minute to pump out those costumes. We're working on it though. Are you going to add more guild quests? Yes, including some group ones too. We are trying. You going to add more PvE stuff? Check it. No, not really. BDO is made to be different than other MMOs in regards to that stuff. We gave you Altar of Blood, and we're going to keep reminding you that we gave you Altar of Blood. We'll probably add other stuff like that later, but we don't have a definite plan at the moment. I just want to have a small guild. Can you make it so that I can accept larger quests even if I'm in a small guild? Yeah, we can, and maybe we will, but we want to make sure the rewards would be balanced based on the guild size. Low-end Node War participation blows chunks. Are you going to do something about it? Improve rewards so more people will get it popping? We're thinking about it. Guilds feel like they are solely for wars. Are you going to improve the guild system at all? We're looking into it. Field bosses are useless since people have their begs and whatnot. What you doing about it? We're going to update rewards so people will want to kill them again. Trading sucks right now. Are you going to fix it? Yeah, we've been working on it, and we have some ideas incorporating camels and elephants and whatnot too, but aren't sure how we want to execute it just yet. I want improved cooking and alchemy systems. That's a statement, not a question. Also, we just updated cooking and alchemy boxes, so chill out. I would like some improvements for crops used in farming. I guess we're just giving up on question formatting at this point. We are looking into it. BDO is computer specs intensive. Do you have plans to improve this? We're always trying to find ways to optimize the game, but come on, dude, it's time you upgraded your GTX 570 already. Will there be more legendary fish and fish in general added in the future? We aren't giving out details, but yeah, homie. Are you going to add more minigames? Not right now. Autopathing still has problems and gets stuck on rocks and garbage. Are you going to fix it? We just updated it recently. It's probably fine. Shut up. Are you going to add teleports for certain things so I don't have to run around on my unicorn that I spent months working on anymore? We've always said no to this question, and the air balloon was going to be as good as it gets. But as BDO gets bigger, we may need to start to consider some other alternatives. Interesting. Can you make it so that summoning the Black Spirit isn't so obnoxious? I have to be standing still with no interaction, and if I accidentally dismiss him, I have to wait for his full disappearing animation to finish before he can be recalled. Nah, bitch, the Black Spirit literally exists just to fuck with you. That was my favorite answer. That was verbatim what they said, probably. Are there plans to add weapons or machine tools for each profession? I don't know what you mean by that, so if you explain it better, then I can tell you that we'll take it into consideration. Surprise. Will there be better weapons than Dandelion in the future? We plan to add more powerful weapons, but at the same time, we need to seriously think about preserving the original value of the item. Are you going to keep updating the ocean expedition content? We're planning new areas already, and we'll consider ones reachable by boat. As for ocean stuff, our next plan is a naval warfare thing that we're calling Indigo War, War on the Sea. That sounds really interesting. Are there plans for new areas and new boss armor? I literally just said we're planning new areas, and I know you guys have already heard about Odalita, and I know you've already heard about Blackstar armor, so you don't really need to ask that question. Currently, Succession seems to be outperforming Awakening. Are there plans to buff Awakening? We're going to keep saying that we think they're at the same level, but also, yes, we'll be balancing Succession and Awakening to be options where one isn't necessarily greater than the other. Guardian is no different than Berserker. Did you make this just to bring back old players? Lol, what? Guardian's nothing like Berserker other than being a hulking mass of manliness. The gameplay, slinging a slow giant axe and shield, is very different than a fluent ballet using a pair of axes. We make new characters for everyone, not just returning players. What a dumb question. I'm pretty sure they said that too. Are you going to balance previous characters? Yes, but very carefully. Why don't we have all Succession builds yet? We're working on it, homie. We're not doing it for Shy or Archer because Shy's too busy strumming on her banjo, and Archer kind of already does the same thing in Pre-Awakening and Awakening as it is. So you'll get the rest of the classes eventually, except for those two. What are you doing about outdated content that isn't used anymore, like guild trade quests, for example? We're taking ideas. What you got? Will there be a new Dream Horse? Not right now, but we think about it. Are there plans for new mounts like a Ferrari or a whale? And I did note because they seriously asked if there would be a Ferrari. That was not me, riffing on that. They 100% asked, will there be a Ferrari? They said, we've discussed it, but there are not currently any plans for it. Ship overlapping sucks. Fix when? We solved this problem already by a function to call the boat at a close distance by pressing the boat icon on the left-hand side. I want more PvE content, okay? There should be an adjustment to the PK system because it is discouraging new players. We already gave you safe zones, no PvP before 50, and the older Olvia servers where you won't be attacked. In the future, we'll invent some other stuff too. I want hunting to be more diverse and also an improved Altar of Blood. Do you have plans for this? We are planning to work on it. Will you be updating Red Battlefield or other PvP-oriented games? As we mentioned at the South Korea event, we're working on a new Battlefield to be released after Odalitas. Chill for now, my dude. The reward for Red Battlefield is booty. Do you have any plans to add to it? You have Red Battlefield and also the Gate of Arsha. As we just said, there'll be a new Battlefield coming, so hopefully I dodged your question properly. Is there a plan to add PvP content for ships? We are currently working on it. They also literally talked about the naval warfare thing earlier. I want to be able to PvP while doing a world boss to increase my fun and excitement. We're looking into it for guilds that have decked on each other. I know this has been asked repeatedly, but here we go again. Are there plans to balance characters? And are there plans to update Arsha Gate with seasonal PvP rankings? Yes, we will be balancing characters. It's coming soon, TM. As for PvP rankings, not at the moment. And there you have it. There's the Q&A, condensed and edited for your viewing pleasure. So hopefully that helped answer some questions you had. This was kind of repetitive to what some of the questions at the South Korean event were, but that's not out of the ordinary since a lot of players across the globe have the same questions, didn't necessarily hear about that last Q&A. And then there was a couple of new things mentioned as well, especially since Guardian's now out, so we have a little more perspective on that. And Odalita is supposed to be around the corner, but we'll have to see. So there you have it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below about this stuff or anything else you would have asked that wasn't asked. I'd be interested to hear that as well. And that's it for this one. Be sure to like it if you did enjoy it. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you'll get notifications when new videos do go live. And if you want to catch me playing live, you can head on over to the Twitch page. There's a link in the description below. Drop a follow there so you'll get a notification for that as well. With that said, that is going to be it for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.